Here's 5 things that everybody should know about Phantom Assassin. These are things that aren't necessarily just for Phantom Assassin players, but people that also want to learn how she works as well, so maybe you can deal with her in games as an enemy a bit better too. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, or you just find it interesting all the same, but I plan on doing this for every hero, so if I haven't done your hero so far, then leave a comment in the comments section and tell me which hero you would like to see next. That being said, let's go. First up, did you know that the dagger at level 1 with just a few stats items in your inventory can actually hit around about 80 damage on creeps? This is a very high number of last hit potential just from a dagger at level 1. So this makes securing your range creeps or any other creeps in lane that may be getting denied by enemies quite easy. In fact, because range creeps are so damn important, it may just be worth using the dagger on them just to ensure that you do get them. Of course, this is physical damage, but the reason this hits so high at level 1 is it does already start with a base damage of 65, and then of course you're going to be adding on top of that the extra increased damage based on your own attack damage. So at level 1, this is a really good way to secure those range creeps. Of course, this only scales up to be more each in each level, so as soon as you hit level 3 and get level 2 dagger, last hitting with this just becomes way easier than using your right click. So for range creeps, for banner creeps, for catapults, make sure to use this to get those easy last hits and not be denied. A trick that a lot of Phantom Assassins use, of course, is to use blur when farming lanes. We all know, or you should know at least, that when going to a lane, if you activate blur, you will no longer show on the map, of course, so long as there's no tower, outpost, or any heroes nearby that can reveal you. This means that you can go to lanes that are pushed out a little bit further than you may like on other carries and safely push it without alerting the enemy that you're there. You can push a lane out and they will not know that you're pushing that wave, so it pushes faster than they expect. However, it is worth noting and important to know that the enemy can actually check if you are there if they just move their camera over the waves. So if you're looking for a Phantom Assassin, or if you are a Phantom Assassin, you can keep in mind that the enemy can just move their camera over to a wave and see if you're pushing it by checking the amount of damage those creeps are taking. If the creeps are taking a high amount of damage in comparison to what normal creeps would deal, then it's pretty easy to spot that there's got to be a Phantom Assassin there. Not only that, if you land a crit on a creep, then the enemy is going to see that as well, and so it does give away your position. This of course still helps and is still something to take advantage of because you will not show on the map. It means you can push this lane quickly, jump in lane, maybe with a Battle Fury, blink on the wave, clear it, and then go back to jungle, and the enemy likely aren't going to see that you even showed there. They'll just look at the map and go, the lane's pushing, no problem. But don't get a total false sense of security and don't just keep pushing the same wave over and over again, because if there is people missing and you do try and push that wave, whether you show on the map or not, they could still be checking if you're there. At level 25, you're going to get a talent option of Triple Strike, Stifling Dagger, or an extra 7% chance for your ultimate to proc. That being said, at the moment, everybody is always taking the Triple Dagger on the first option of getting this, because the way that your ultimate works is, when you throw a dagger, the chance for your ultimate to proc is actually higher than if you just use a random right click. Quite a lot higher actually. You have 34% chance of a dagger proccing your ultimate, which means if you throw a dagger and you throw 3 of them instead of just 1, you're almost guaranteed to land a crit in either one of those daggers or to ready a crit for your next auto attack, which then you could blink on the enemy and use that straight away. So having the triple stifling dagger actually ends up leading to almost guaranteeing at least one of those is going to crit every time you use it, especially for situations where the enemy are maybe pushing high ground or you're pushing against them. This can be insanely frustrating because your daggers at that point of the game are doing a lot of damage, along with cleave damage on a Battle Fury as well. You are going to be a absolute menace. And also being able to throw 3 daggers and maybe even hitting the supports every time you're trying to push high ground or in a fight, you're dealing a ton of damage to those backliners that you may not have been able to get otherwise. Quick interrupt to the video to remind you guys that if you're finding it useful, you enjoy this sort of content, this channel is pretty new and I am growing it, and it's growing pretty quickly because you guys are enjoying the content, so it's great. But please do click that subscribe button. It helps out an absolute ton, like more than you can probably imagine. And of course, the bigger the channel gets, the more time I can spend making content for you guys, so it's a win-win. hit the sub button. Let's get back to the video. Number 4, everyone knows that as a Phantom Assassin player, you're probably going to be looking out for anyone who picks up an MKB. However, many players will not be looking for if someone picks up a Silver Edge. A Silver Edge actually counters Phantom Assassin pretty damn hard, even sometimes better than a Monkey King bar. This is because a Silver Edge will apply a break to your hero, meaning that it's going to disable the effect from Blur and the effect from your ultimate as well. During the time of being broken, you are not going to be able to get any evasion and you are not going to be able to land any crits whatsoever. Your hero is pretty much just a slow and a blink, and that is almost it. So this is an item that you definitely need to keep your eyes open for, because it can counter you even harder, in fact. Now, you also need to consider other heroes that have breaks as well. These heroes are things like Viper with his Nether Toxin or Hoodwink with their ultimate. You need to consider these, because if you get broken, if you're trying to fight in a Viper's Nether Toxin, it's not going to go well. You have no evasion, you have no crits. You need to get out of that Nether Toxin so you are not broken anymore. Okay, so number 5 is just a little bit of information that you can use however you please, whether you're going to stack up some Battle Furies and take advantage of it, or whether it is just something that you can keep in mind when trying to maybe kill a hero with a cleave from a dagger. The dagger will actually have a bigger cleave range from your Battle Fury effect than your right clicks will. If you throw a dagger at, for example, this front target dummy over here, you're going to notice that the back dummy also takes cleave damage as well as the middle one. However, if I just right click this dummy and I do damage to it, you're going to notice that only the second dummy, the middle one, is going to take any cleave damage. So from this, we can see that the dagger actually has a bigger cleave radius than the actual right click does, which is pretty interesting to me and could lead to some funny moments if you have like 2 or 3 Battle Furies, because if you didn't know, when you have more than one Battle Fury, the cleave damage ends up being more damage than the original hit. So you could mess around with this if you really wanted to. If you got to a point in a game where you're mega farmed, grab an extra few Battle Furies, swap them in and out, and then throw the daggers out and then swap the items back around. I don't know, completely up to you, but still, a little bit of information that to know about, and I'm assuming most of you guys probably didn't know this. And there we go, there's 5 pieces of information that everybody should know about Phantom Assassin. Hopefully you found this video entertaining or useful or just fun in any way whatsoever. If you did, then please do help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe button. I'll be posting content very regular, and other than that, I guess I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.